What is going on, guys? Welcome to Gregos TV Daily Rewind. This is where we go back a week, give you the news from the past 7 days in one single video. And if you missed this week, there was a lot of drama that went on with the launch of the Galaxy S22 and the Tab S8. Like, we dive all into that. There's a lot of little small details that came out that are going to make you very interested in these devices. And then we have other news as well on other tech products. So make sure you enjoy this week. Make sure you watch it. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you are. We're trying to get to 100,000 as quick as we can. We have less than 1,600 subscribers to go before we hit 100,000. So thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Our first story of the day is for the fine folks over in India. Get ready to be super excited and stoked. Check this out. This is coming from our man Ishan Agarwal, who's saying, can confirm what Indian Samsung fans were waiting for. Samsung seems to be launching the Galaxy S22 series with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset in India. Genuinely can't believe it. Momentous day, LOL. Don't blame me if I'm wrong. I took my time to confirm this. So he put a little thought, a lot of energy, and a lot of resources into finding out this answer, showing that the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 should be the main processor for the S22, 22 Plus, and 22 Ultra over in India. Now, I know some of you folks are gonna be like, what about my country? I talked about it a little bit region-wise, which ones should get it. I don't know every single country. I just saw this and I thought it would be pretty big. India is one of the biggest viewers of my channel. I think top 3 usually, something like that. So congratulations, guys. Sounds like great. I'm hoping for the best because I know you guys probably want that more than you want the Exynos processor. Next up is for people, I believe, only in Vietnam, but we could see maybe this will take hold in a lot of other places too. But if you're a Galaxy Note user and you trade in your Galaxy Note for the S22 Ultra, you will receive the 45-watt charger for free. Remember, that 45-watt charger is real 45-watt charging. He put out another tweet saying non-Vietnamese. This pic details the information I tweeted earlier. And yes, the free 45-watt charger for Note users is legit here in Vietnam. So you can see, definitely Vietnam, if I have any folks over there in Vietnam watching my videos. But then who knows, maybe this will take hold in a lot of other places as well. It remains to be seen. But great news, because as you remember, the S22 Ultra is more or less a Note phone. You could call it the Note, S Note, Ultra, whatever you want to call it. You call it just a Note 22 Ultra. Samsung's not doing that. They're just calling it the S22 Ultra, but still, you potentially could just call this the Note replacement. A little update here in America, at the very least, probably other places as well. And this is directly on Samsung's website and is also being reported by Sam Mobile. The S21 Ultra has been canceled, removed, whatever you want to call it. It's no longer going to be manufactured, it seems, and it will be replaced by the S22 Ultra. Currently, you can only buy the 21 FE, 21 Plus, or the regular 21. You cannot buy the 21 Ultra. So if you want to buy it, you probably have to buy it through a carrier or Best Buy until supplies last, but ultimately it will be replaced in just a couple of days. Next up, if you remember, the Galaxy S22 Ultra is supposed to be having one of the best cameras for low light and nighttime photos and just photos overall. And here is supposedly some amazing photos that the S22 Ultra took at the Olympic Games, and you can see just how beautiful these photos came out indoor at the skating rink, outdoors, everywhere. It just looks amazing. So I'm really stoked about getting this phone in hand and taking some potentially beautiful photos. And that our first story of the day has to do with, where is it? I have it right here. Look. Of course it's not on. My watch, a Galaxy Watch 4, and obviously there's something big missing from this, and it's been missing since day one, and you might say you can sideload it, but a lot of people are not going to sideload it, and it's Google Assistant. Based off this headline from Sam Mobile, Galaxy Watch 4, aka Watch 4 Classic as well, is still months away from getting Google Assistant and YouTube music streaming. So keep that in mind, that if you're thinking of getting this watch because it has Google Assistant, it still doesn't have it, which is completely strange and weird to me. It should definitely have it by now. It's literally an app. Why isn't it there? Come on. But seemingly it's coming, and seemingly it's still months away. Next up is a really big update, and it has to do not so much with the pun in those words, but also an update in terms of some news for these phones as well, such as the Galaxy S21 and Fold 3 and blah, 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 blah. So let's get to it. This tweet's coming from Joshua Swingle. He's pulling it from a leaked document that Evan Leaks put out, where it says, huge software commitments from Samsung. The S22 series, S21 series, Flip 3, Fold 3, and the Tab S8 series. All of those devices will get 4 Android OS upgrades and 5 years of security patches. Samsung previously promised only 3 OS upgrades, so you're now getting an extra year with not only some of those are older devices, but also the newer ones as well, which would match what we're getting with Pixel. So this is great news. If you hold your phone or your tablet for a really, really long time, you're gonna get at least 4 years of operating system updates, meaning like Android 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you're also going to get security upgrades for 5 years, so your device stays protected. So this overall is wonderful news for everybody that keeps their devices really long. For me, not so much. I get new devices pretty much on a yearly or 6-month basis, and I generally get rid of them after that. But I know a lot of you guys like to keep your devices long, so this is awesome news. Next up is about tomorrow's day. Obviously, tomorrow is Unpacked, which I will have a video out tomorrow morning showing you where you can watch it and all that kind of stuff. But also, they do deals, obviously, when they do the pre-orders and they do, things like that. And we already talked about the pre-order gifts, what they're gonna be. I've done a video on that, so you can look through my catalog of videos within the last few days to watch that. But then they also do other things when you upgrade your phone in terms of the storage amounts, and it looks like this is probably gonna carry over to everyone. So let's talk about this. This is coming from a viewer of mine by the name of Christopher Lee. Thank you so much, Christopher. Christopher put in here, if you can see this little picture, at the top it says, more memory for less. When you pre-order now, get $100 off the 256 or the 512. It's a limited time only. Offer ends February 24th. And this should carry over to Samsung's website as well. But basically, the S22 Ultra, the 128 gig will be $11.99. But then you can also get the 256 for $11.99 when the regular price on that is $12.99. The 512 gigabyte will be $12.99. Regular price is $13.99. And you can see requires pre-order by February 24th, 2022, purchase of eligible device. And it looks like as well, when you look at the bottom there, and it looks like it's available, all those sizes anyway, in the white, the black, the burgundy, and the green. So whatever color you get for the Ultra, there's a lot of big takeaways in that. Meaning, if you get one of those colors, it seems like all those sizes are gonna have those colors. That's number one. I know some of you people were like, oh, where's this or where's that? It doesn't mention the 1 terabyte version, so that makes me think that's either gonna be exclusive to Samsung.com only or not out here at all in the USA. Also, what I gather from that is that they're gonna be able to, I'm assuming the way this is gonna work is, you get basically $200 if you get the S22 Ultra. I'm thinking they're going to take $100 from that and put that towards the phone so that you can get a higher storage amount. That's what I'm thinking. This one's not, because this is from Comcast, but still, I'm thinking that's what they'll do on the Samsung website, is take $100 of those dollars and allow you to get a higher storage amount. And then prices, we didn't really fully know the prices of the larger storage amounts. We kind of saw them, but now we're definitely seeing them. So a lot of takeaways from this little piece of information. And there you guys go. That is your news for today. Today was Samsung Unpacked. They unveiled their new products today, which are the Galaxy Tab S8 series and the Galaxy S22 series. Now, before we jump too deep into this, the pre-orders are live for the Tab S8 and the S22 series as well. But at the time of me making this video, the site is basically bonkers, and it's not really fully working. Like, you can load up the page and you can see some of the things going on with it, but it gets stuck at a point. Sometimes it gets stuck at the point where it won't let you add your free pre-order gifts. Sometimes it gets stuck at you logging in or you actually being able to purchase the stuff or select a credit card. I've got stuck in multiple places. I ordered, and it's weird, I was actually able to order a Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra 512 gigabyte with 16 gigs of RAM before the event even ended. So I was able to do that for myself. I got that, but then when I went back to do the S22, I just haven't been able to go through it. I know a lot of you guys, especially with me making this video, have been having issues as well. Hopefully it's up by the time you watch this, which if it is, regardless, links are down below. If you click on those links, it supports what I do. If you love my channel, you just like me as a person, click on those links. I'll get a little kickback from it, and it helps the growth of my channel and the growth of everything for me. So I'd appreciate that. But beyond that, let's just talk about, besides having ordering issues and all that stuff, let's first talk about how BTS was involved in this. So BTS, Korean boy band, they're working with Samsung. This is really not so much, there's no new product per se, but what they're doing is they have a video out with Samsung saying that Galaxy BTS, Galaxy for the planet. And basically what that's all about is Samsung is repurposing discarded fishing nets for new Galaxy devices. So they're going to repurpose ocean-bound plastics and turn them into Galaxy devices. Great stuff, great for the environment, but beyond that, there was no performance by BTS that I know of, and also there was no product, like a new, BTS type product. So take that for what you want. Then let's jump over to the Galaxy Tab S8 series. Now, like I said, I was able to, when I went in there this morning, I was able to order the tablet, and also I could see trade-in amounts and all that, but I didn't take screenshots of it because I was going to go in later, take the screenshots, because at the time I'm going in now, for some reason, it says you can trade in a tablet for up to $600, but when you go through with it, there's nothing, you can't even choose trade-ins. It doesn't show it on the page anymore. So again, their site is super bonkers right now. Before we even dive into the prices, you can see the little verbiage on there. Slim, you get a keyboard cover with all three of the tablets. With the Tab S8, you get the slim keyboard cover plus $50 instant credit. If you get the Tab S8 Plus, you get the slim keyboard plus $50 credit. But if you get the Tab S8 Ultra, you get the keyboard cover with backlit keyboard and $50 credit. So that's all great for that. Prices for the Tab S8 start off at $699 for the 8 gigs and 128, and then $779 for the 8 gigs and 256 gigs of RAM. If you get the Tab S8 Plus, you can get it for as low as $899 with 8 gigs and 120 gigs of storage, or the 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage is $979. If you want the big boy, the Tab S8 Ultra starts off at $1099 for the 8 gigs, 128 gigs of storage, 12 gigs, 256 gigs of storage, $1199, and the 16 gigs of RAM with 512 gigs of storage, which is the one I got, $1399. And these are going to be launching on February 25th. You should be able to get it at least delivered to you, if not a little bit sooner. For you, you also get some pre-order gifts. Again, I don't know what the trade-in amounts are for that, unfortunately, but that's the Tab S8. So for the S22 and S22 Plus, let's first talk about the S22 Plus. You can get it for as little as $949, and they're doing that thing where you can basically get the free pre-order. If you pre-order it, you end up getting like a 256 for the same price as 128. So these prices are a little different than what we heard from them previously. In the future, it's going to be $1049 for the 256, and then for the S22, it's the same thing. You can get for $849, you can get the S22, and you get it up to 256. Both versions of the S22 and S22 Plus, same storage, same RAM, 8 gigs of RAM with those phones. You can also get it in basically any color, and they also have, and it'll ship on February 25th, or if you want one of their Samsung.com exclusive colors, you can get those 3 to 4 weeks after the ship date of the original one. So there's no delay on the S22, S22 Plus like we heard. They're all launching on February 25th, and you get up to $200 in trading credit, or instant credit, I should say, for the S22 and S22 Plus, which is a lot more than I actually thought you would get, which is fantastic, fantastic news. Now, trade-ins for the S22 and S22 Plus are pretty good, but definitely not as good as the S22 Ultra if you get that phone. So I would think about maybe getting the S22 Ultra just because of the trade-in values if you're trading in a phone. But ultimately, you can get some nice little deals here going on for these, up to $590 trade-in for the S22 or S22 Plus. One of the weird things is you can get a Note 10 Plus 5G. You can get trade-in that for more than a Note 20 Ultra, which I just don't get. I don't know what Samsung's doing with any of that. That's just weird. S22 Ultra also launching on February 25th. Also has exclusive colors that you can get for it. And you can get this from 128 all the way up to 1 terabyte. So that 1 terabyte version in America, you can order, and you can get it. which is fantastic news for that as well. And then trade-in value is very, very good for some of the phones, up to $900 for the Z Fold 3. So if you're not liking that phone, you can do that. And you get up to $250 of instant Samsung credit. And then just remember as well, one of the cool things, you get all these free gifts. Nothing really popped for me. I ended up getting for the free gifts I haven't even ordered the phone because I can't. I'm gonna end up getting the 45-watt charger, another pair of Galaxy Buds Pro, which I don't need, but whatever. And then also I will get the dual wireless charger. Nothing else really grabbed at me. I already have the watch and I don't really need anything else. And the tablets, I would have got the tablets, but they're kind of low on the storage and I don't want that, so I didn't end up using it for the tablets, but you can if you want. So what we're gonna talk about is the Galaxy Z Fold 4. We get a little render of what this potentially could look like from Ben Geskin. Now, I'll talk about it, but still, here we go. Now, if we talk about what I've been saying lately about the Z Fold 4, I think it's gonna keep a very familiar design from what we've seen in the past in terms of the display sizes and things like that to get the prices down. And when you look at this, this is a very common look to a Galaxy Z Fold 3. You get the S Pen on the side there. The S Pen still wouldn't go inside of the phone, but then on the back of the phones, you see the camera setup for the S22 Ultra. The rumors are not pointing to an S22 Ultra camera setup. They're pointing more towards the S22/S22 Plus camera setup. So, if we get this camera setup, amazing. We're not going to though, most likely, but if we did, this is what it could look like. And this is that graphite color that's kind of cool looking. What do you think? Would you be happy if they kept the design of the Galaxy Z Fold 4 but updated the cameras? Or do you want a completely new design? Let me know. A little bit of housekeeping is if you're looking to buy the S22 Ultra, which I do have linked down below, and if you do click on those links, it'll help support my site. So if you do end up purchasing it, consider purchasing it through my links. But anyways, the phone's selling out very, very fast. So first of all, the 1 terabyte is completely out of stock. Next, when we look at the 512 gigabyte, the graphite is out of stock. All the other colors are in stock, so if you wanted to get one of the other colors, you can. 256, which is the storage size I got the green. So all the main colors are still in stock, but the graphite and the sky blue are out of stock. So these phones are going hot and heavy in terms of sales. So very, very good news for them. Maybe that's why the site was down. I don't think so. I think it was down just because they have a bad website, or they had a bad website. But yeah, this is kind of crazy. So I want to know, did you guys miss out on the color or the size that you wanted? Let me know in the comments. Next two stories are all about the cameras and the video cameras of the Galaxy S22 Ultra, especially compared to the last generation's devices. The first one is a video. I'm just going to show the end result because that's really what matters here. And the end result is zooming in 100x to take a photo/video, whatever you want to call it, with the Galaxy S22 Ultra versus the Galaxy S21 Ultra. 100x. Check out the differences in these. It's pretty mind-blowing. So on the left, you see the S21 Ultra. On the right, you see the S22 Ultra. And if you watch the video, it's even clearer than this. But it's pretty amazing how much clearer that text is on the S22 Ultra. Now, a lot of this has to do with software/AI performance and how Samsung has improved it that much compared to last generation. And hopefully a lot of that technology will trickle down to the other phone like the S21 Ultra. I don't see why it shouldn't or couldn't be able to, beyond them just wanting to make money and make you think you're getting a better camera overall with the newer phone, but it's still really, really awesome. And then there's another one as well. Now, Ice Universe also posted this one, and it shows off 30x performance from somebody on the Chinese social media site Weibo. And the first photo we see is the S20 Ultra at 30x. The next one is the S21 Ultra at 30x, which looks a lot better than the S20 Ultra. But then when you pull into the S22 Ultra, it's more defined. The colors are more attractive. This is looking and feeling like, so far anyway, especially with zooms and things like that, a really, really nice phone to upgrade to camera-wise, especially on the Samsung side. I'd be very curious to put it through its paces in a couple of weeks when I get the device. And our first story of the day is this. Check this out. I'm gonna start it off with a bang. This is coming from the Tech Chap. He's a YouTuber, but he tweeted this out saying, which is better, the Galaxy S22 Ultra or the iPhone 13 Pro Max? I'm assuming this is the front camera, and obviously it's portrait mode because you can see the blurred out background. And the S22 Ultra just looks way better, I think. The colors are more vibrant. The photo itself is more sharp, which I actually do like sharper photos. The iPhone 13 Pro Max looks a little bit more dull. I saw someone write that he looks sick. I agree, he looks a little sicker and there's a little bit more yellow or something. And then it just, I don't know, it doesn't look as good to me. I prefer the S22 Ultra, not because I'm a Samsung fan or an Android fan. I just think it looks better, and I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below, which one looks better. Little housekeeping again. We talked about yesterday the 1 terabyte version for Samsung's Galaxy S22 Ultra being out of stock in the USA. Well, I went back there today and it's not out of stock, and you can order it and you can get it as early as February 25th, at least in Burgundy. The black, Phantom White, and green are delayed until March 18th. And then obviously the graphite, sky blue, and red are still 3 to 4 weeks out. But if you're thinking about getting the 1 terabyte, you know, you still can on Samsung's website and get the great trade-in offers with it as well. Speaking of orders, you know, I ordered my Samsung Galaxy phone the other day on launch day, late because I couldn't get the order through, but still I ordered it the very same day. And I was on Reddit, and in my feed, it popped through. It said, I can't cancel my order. And usually when you can't cancel your order, it means your order shipped or is about to ship. And this is the information I saw on Reddit. It says, anyone not able to cancel their S22 Ultra from Samsung.com, cancel button is gone. Are they shipping really early? And when I went to my order, I too cannot cancel my order. And this is usually, again, a sign that they're going to be shipping these very, very soon. And when I went to FedEx.com, because if you didn't know, you can go to FedEx.com, create an account for yourself if you don't already have one. But once you do create that account, you can go to tracking and then advanced shipment tracking, and it'll show anything that you have coming out for it that potentially could be delivered. And when I do go there, I do see something from Samsung, but it says estimated delivery date February 22nd before 8 p.m. Now that could be my tablet, it could be my phone. It's the only Samsung thing I see. Now it would be a little bit weird, I think, if Samsung shipped these out like right now and didn't deliver them till the 22nd. They do that sometimes, but usually they don't do it for more than a couple of days. They'd be doing it like 10 to 15 days in advance. That's really, really extreme, I feel like, but it's still, there's high hopes here that we might get these phones even earlier than expected if you ordered it through Samsung.com. Here's a really, really fun story of a potential Galaxy Z Fold phone coming out that is a multi-folding smartphone. It says Samsung patents a highly versatile dual-folding Galaxy Z Fold phone with an inward and an outward folding mechanism. And this phone overall, what you can expect from it is for it to have a vertical hinge to fold outwards, aka dual display phone, a horizontal hinge to fold inwards, aka laptop mode, and a triple camera can be used for selfies and other photos as well. So this is going to have not only some cool factors as a folding phone in terms of just using it as a phone, but when you want to take photos, you can flip those cameras around and get the best photo at all times. Our first story of the day is about the charging speeds of the new 45-watt charger for the Galaxy S22 Ultra and how much faster it is than the previous generation, the 25-watt on the Galaxy S21 Ultra, for instance. Let's check this out. This tweet is coming from the Galax, and he's throwing down a little bit of knowledge here with the S21 Ultra. 25-watt, you can see from 0 to 50% on the 21 Ultra, it took 30 minutes. On the S22 Ultra with the 45-watt charger, you can do 0 to 70% in 30 minutes. So you're getting 20% more in 30 minutes. And then you can go to 0 to 80% in 35 minutes. So really, really good speeds there. And then to add on to that, if you're curious about how basically it charges almost all the way up to 95%. You can do it in 50 minutes. Obviously, as the charging, this is like anything in life, wireless cars, phones, electric cars, anything. Once you get to the higher percentages, it starts to slow down. But regardless, 0 to 50 in about 20 minutes, 0 to 80% in 35 minutes, 0 to 90 in 45 minutes, and then 0 to 95% in 50 minutes. Very, very good fast charging speeds for that new S22 Ultra. I'm really looking forward to that 45 watt charging. Next up is about the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. If you're trying to buy that tablet, Samsung is not selling it right now. They're putting it kind of on pause right now because they're saying it's sold out. But if you go to Best Buy, it's linked down below, and if you click on that link and you buy it, it'll get a little kickback, help support what I do. You can get the 256 gig version with the 12 gigs of RAM and the free keyboard, backlit keyboard along with it. So you basically get the whole kit and caboodle, $11.99 plus tax, and then you can also do trade-ins and stuff like that. But if you're looking to get the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, basically at launch, you're gonna wanna go through that Best Buy link because they still have it for pre-order. Next up is about phones that are shipping for the Galaxy S22 line of phones. Now, we talked about it yesterday that, you cannot cancel your order currently on Samsung, and I even went as far as going onto FedEx's website and looking at advanced tracking and seeing that, hey, you know what? Mine actually does have a tracking number. Samsung hasn't given me one, but I can see that they are assigning me one on the FedEx website. Well, it's going even a step further with people on the carriers. I know for sure, people on T-Mobile, not everybody, but some people on T-Mobile, because they've reached out to me, are showing me tracking numbers that they've received for their Galaxy S22 phones, and that they say, I can't see it, but they're basically saying that they're going to arrive as early as Tuesday. But when I pull up the tracking, it says it still hasn't shipped. But still, this is great news. This means that the ball's rolling now, and now we're going to start going downhill, and we're going to be, oh my god, all these phones are shipping, I don't know what to do. We're going to be having these phones in hand before you know it, and seeing these tracking numbers come up from not only from Samsung by going through a back door to find it, but also the carriers. Carriers are actually sending customers the tracking numbers. We're only moments away from getting this phone, which obviously it is anyway. It's like basically what, less than a little over a week now before you have the phone in your hand, but you might have it next week, this coming week coming up. And our first story of the day is looking like the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra has a pretty decent camera. We know this because we're seeing some front-facing photos with that camera, and they look pretty sweet. Now, this is coming from a YouTuber, Tech Tablets. Tech Tablets says, shot on the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, front camera portrait shot and normal selfie. What do you think? And when I look at these, I'm like, you know what? Not bad. I mean, I don't want to be that guy carrying around this gigantic tablet taking photos and videos of whatever. Like, it's so ridiculous when people do that. But at the same time, if you needed to, or you just wanted to capture a nice little photo or something, I think this is going to do a pretty decent job, which is good, I guess, to have around. Ultimately, I could probably live without the cameras on the back of the tablet, or at least just have one or whatever, just have something cheap in the back there. If that would reduce the cost by a few $100, I'd be totally down for that. The front camera, I think, is a necessity for video calling and stuff like that. And you might need, again, one camera on the back that's pretty decent if you want to be able to flip your video call around and show something else or show some other people. But yeah, kind of interesting. And I'll give you an early question of the day. Would you be willing to sacrifice the cameras on the back of the phone, the back of the tablet, in order to save some money on your tablet? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up is this. We're looking at the Galaxy S21 Ultra is potentially a not much better, but a better gaming device than the iPhone 13 Pro Max, which is basically the creme de la creme of all gaming experiences on mobiles. So interesting to see that the S22 Ultra Snapdragon performs better than the iPhone 13 Pro Max on Genshin Impact on the highest setting. So the S21 Ultra or S22 Ultra is getting 42 frames per second, whereas the iPhone 13 Pro Max gets 39 frames per second. Not a huge difference. Now you can watch the video in this as well if you want to, that details this, but that's kind of interesting. And to dive even more deeper into it, we also have this saying that the 3D Mark Wildlife benchmarks, not a huge benchmark fan, but S22 Ultra, which is this is a graphical 3D benchmark, beat the iPhone 13 Pro Max. Now, it didn't kill it. It beat it by not even a full frame. It beat it by 0.8. So basically, it's on par. slightly, and when I say slight, I mean really slightly above the iPhone 13 Pro Max. You can see it's really destroying the S21 Ultra. That's a full 22 frames better than the S21 Ultra on the average on that. That's really, really impressive performance going from the Snapdragon 888 to that Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. It's a huge gaming performance. Now, day to day, you probably won't notice a lot of difference, but overall, I'm pretty impressed with that as a whole. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Remember, your question of the day is this. What would you be willing to sacrifice the cameras on the back of the tablet that you're going to get a lot, well, around $100, $200 less on the overall tablet experience? Let me know in the comments down below. With that said, let's get into the Q&A portion of the video and drop that beat. Comes from New York's Finest. What phone did you order and which free accessories did you order, or did anyone's order ship yet? Okay, so did anyone's order ship yet? We have tracking numbers, and toward actually being out in the open, doesn't look like it's so far, at least from what I can see. And then I ordered the green 256 S22 Ultra. I also got the Buds Pro in black. And I got, that's all it says for me for some reason. It's not showing the other ones. I don't know why. I know I got some chargers. JBray713 says, I was considering a watch with the $250 Samsung credit, but my question is, I'm guessing you'll probably need need LTE version, otherwise Wi-Fi version will only work when you connect it to Wi-Fi network, and AT&T charges $8 a month for service. So you can just use the Wi-Fi version of the Galaxy Watch. That's the one I have. It'll always be connected to your phone, and you'll be able to do stuff with it. In terms of some of the Wi-Fi things won't work if you're not connected to Wi-Fi, but getting notifications and using the watch overall should work. I would probably say about 99% of what you need to it. Having the separation or having the LTE built into the watch is really when you want to have your phone not anywhere near your watch. Sagar says, is the 45-watt charger I bought with the S20 Ultra same as the one Samsung is selling? Just wondering if I need to buy a new one or both are exactly the same. From what I know, what I've heard, I don't officially know, they seem different. And the reason I say that is because I had the 45-watt charger and it didn't, I mean, the phone was different obviously, but it wasn't charging my phone very fast. It was charging it basically at the same speed as a 25-watt one was. This 45-watt that we talked about yesterday seemingly is faster charging. So I'd say get the new one if you can. Luke Coenders say, can you go through this setup on a Galaxy S3 Frontier watch, as this is the model I have, and I have had problems setting it up on No Friday app. So I did a video today, I released a video I should say, where it talks about can you use a Galaxy Watch 4 on a non-Samsung device, and yes you can. And I think he's asking, can you do it with the S3? You should be able to. It should be the same process. Reset it and then get it set up in the new watch. The new phone, and it should be the exact same way I did it. Roxanne McCoon says, Greg, when I ordered my S22 Ultra through Verizon, it didn't tell you how much RAM, it just tells you the storage amount. Has anyone else noticed this? Yeah, so you're not gonna probably see that. The base version is the only one that has 8 gigs of RAM on the S22 Ultra. All the other ones have 12 gigs of RAM, and then if you get the 1 terabyte, that has 16 gigs of RAM. Romanoff is asking, hey, it's been a while. Are you excited for the S22 Ultra? So yes and no. I'm still a foldable phone fan. I would put money down. I probably still won't leave my Z Fold 3, even though the S22 Ultra is better in almost every single way. The big difference is that the screen's just not as big and luxurious as the Z Fold 3. So I highly doubt I'm gonna leave it full time. But otherwise, yeah, I'm kind of excited about it. I'm excited about the camera and the performance and things like that. Billy Rachard says, you said Samsung has cinematic mode just like Apple. How do you turn that on making a video? Cinematic mode on a Galaxy phone, and what the difference is that they just name it differently. iPhone cinematic mode is it just blurs out the background with video. Samsung calls it portrait video. So if you go into more, if you don't see it at the bottom of your camera, when you're in your camera, go into more and choose portrait video. That's the same thing as cinematic mode on the iPhone. Heather and Joshua, I got a question for you. We've been trying to order an S22 Ultra 1 terabyte and the Tab S8 512 since the Unpacked event, but this would never go through for us So with all of that stuff said, we were wondering, is there a way that we can still have a chance to get these devices, because we kind of had our hearts set on getting them. So as you know, Samsung's kind of back the pre-order has kind of gone away with some of these devices and you can't get them. Now you can, I talked about it yesterday, you can get a Tab S8 Ultra 256 at Best Buy. You can at least pre-order it still. So when I go to Best Buy's site, it says coming soon, so it's not there either. So your best option is you're gonna have to wait for after the pre-order and just check Samsung and Best Buy's site to see if they have it. But unfortunately right now it's gonna be pretty much null void for you to be able to get that unless you buy it after the fact from somebody that got a pre-order, but otherwise you have to wait until after the pre-order. Cat Lover Player, when I get the S22 Ultra, how do I link it with my Galaxy Watch 4 Classic? Right now the watch is linked to my Note 20 Ultra. You have to reset the watch. I'll probably do a video on this because I think it's gonna be a really common question. You would think it's just as easy as just going into Bluetooth settings or something and connecting it to the new watch. Unfortunately, it's not how it goes. You have to reset it, the watch, and then set it up new again. I'll probably do a video on it though. And that is all your questions for today. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. If you have a question, leave it in the comments down below. Remember, subscribe please if you haven't already. We're trying to get to 100,000 as fast as possible. And then also we still have our giveaway going on until February 28th for a Galaxy S22 Ultra. It's an international giveaway. And then there's 3 other phones potentially that you could win as well. So 4 lucky winners will win in total for this event. And there's also daily things going on with it as well. So thanks so much. We'll see you down the road.